Welcome, welcome, everybody.
Hello. Hey. Gary, is it okay if I just put you on mute while you're crunching your toast? I'm just going to put you on mute just briefly there. I'm so excited for everyone to be joining today. Second week of the Miracle Experiment Experience. I'm here in Rome, Italy. I don't know if you can see, but it's this beautiful kind of orchard area. And this is actually Ayurveda Ma. This is the clinic where Dr. Ram would come. Oftentimes, there's one in the city center we'd come to oftentimes, and then this one. Down there is Claudio. You want to wave to everyone? There's Claudio, Ilaria. We got a bunch of beautiful people down here. And this is my first time coming back here, actually, to this clinic. I just walked up about a half hour ago since Dr. Ram left his body, and there's so much emotions, you know. It's been actually being here in Rome it's like triggered a lot of different emotions of missing Dr. Ram a lot. And I posted on Facebook Live, lots of you saw that. And at the same time, to be here where there's been so many miracles happening, it's a really joyful moment. We're actually doing the official book launch of the Italian book here. And not only that, but I just got the final files for the Italian audiobook. And so we're going to be playing some of them. We're going to have a gathering here for the book launch. We actually have different royalty coming. We have different people with actually royalty from several countries are going to be here today. We have knights that are coming. We have so many beautiful things happening. And I just have this miracle call from this place because there's been so many miracles happening. And so I want you just to put in the chat, where are you joining from? So I'm joining from Rome, Italy. And as you're putting in the chat, maybe Jayna, you can read some of them. And while people are putting in the chat where they're joining from, I'm just going to walk you through so you can see this beautiful clinic here. We have some beautiful people in here. I just found out this couple, they read the book in Italian. See? Yeah. Also, you've read. Great. I can't believe how many people I've met that don't speak English necessarily, but have read the book and seem to know everything that's so powerful and making such good choices. And so I want to say thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'll take you in here real quick to see Giovanni. Giovanni. Oh, beautiful. Giovanni's in here.
All the wonderful people, all the wonderful angels. Yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I haven't told him that part yet. But and thank you so much. You can even see he's in the action of taking a pulse. It's so beautiful.
Okay.
So we'll go. All right, beautiful. So fun to see Dr. Giovanni in the beautiful space, and they've made some beautiful mung soup for everyone, and so many great. I don't know how to describe it, but so many beautiful, powerful things have been happening. Okay, so Jayna, you want to read some of where people are coming from?
Yeah, we've got Gary Malkin from California. We're so excited that he's on the call today. We've got Anna from Portugal. We've got Osana from the UK. Hello, Osana. So glad you're here. We've got Rochelle from Bettendorf, Iowa. We've got Geraldine from Malaysia. Oh my gosh. Aparna is from Cincinnati. We've got Darina from Syracuse, New York. So happy that you're here. We've got Andrea from New York. We've got Visual Space from India. I don't know who Visual Space is, but hello. We've got Stephanie joining from Quebec. We've got Gary calling from Dallas. We've got Rajani calling from India. We've got Deborah from Michigan. We've got Berlin. We've got California. They're just all over. So it's so glad to see everybody. So glad that you're here. Oh, are you frozen, Clint?
Oh, I don't know if I'm frozen, but I'm so grateful for everyone joining this call today. And we have a special treat. We have on the call Gary Malkin, who's going to drop us from our head to our heart. And this is a very good day. So much happening. It's a perfect time to just pause, breathe. And he has one of the most beautiful pieces I've heard earlier. Actually, I heard when I was in Guatemala, and it left my heart feeling present, grounded, powerful. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Gary.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So wonderful to be here on this call. I've missed you all. You're about to hear something very, very special For the last 6 months, I've been producing and arranging a kirtan album with my spiritual teacher. Her name is Miranda McPherson, and I'll put her name and her email in the chart in the chat. But this is a very deep transmission. When she was at the temple and at the ashram of Ramana Maharshi, she was in the cave where Ramana Maharshi, the famous Indian saint, had an awakening. And on the cave walls was these words. No one knows exactly where the words came from. And I hope you understand them, but it's all about the great I am that I am. So please allow yourself to use this as an inductive tool to bring ourselves into full presence, body, mind, heart, spirit, and soul, all together now. And she talks a little bit about what this is. So allow yourself to really just experience the transmission of this beautiful track that I'm so proud of being a part of. And it's, here we go. Time to drop into our hearts and let this teaching touch our souls. Here we go. Bear with me. Getting it now. Sorry. Getting it now. There we go. Okay. Here we go.
Who are you, really? Right now, see if you can drop a little deeper inside. And drop a little deeper still. Leaning into the pure I am. The I that you've always been at every age and stage of life. The same I that you were as a child, as a young adult. The radiant, loving awareness that's been inhabiting your body and looking through your eyes. The I that you will continue to be even after physical death. Your essence remains as radiant as the star, as pure as light, as indestructible and holy as love itself. Radiant flame within my heart, help me to recognize all thou art. Help me to see thyself in all. Help me to show mind how to fall. All of thy glories from the sun, till earth's great victory is won. I am the love, so after all, I am the love, so hear my call. I am, I am, I am, I am. I hear your call, my children dear. I am your heart, so never fear. I am your mind and body too. I am in every cell of you. I am the earth and sea and sky, and not one soul can I pass by. I am indeed, thou art in me. I am thy victory. thyself in all. Help me to show mind how to fall. All of thy glories from the sun, till earth's great victory is won. I am the love, so after all, I am the love, so hear my call. I am, I am, I am, I
Ah, I am that I am. The beautiful, beautiful statement that is part of every spiritual tradition. Have a beautiful rest of your call. That's from Miranda McPherson's beautiful new Kirtan album coming out, and I put her website on the chat. So sending love to all of you. I love you, and I'm with you.
Oh, so beautiful. You're getting a lot of love, Gary. Lots of people in the chat are talking about how beautiful that was and how powerful of an experience that was. Yeah, so that was Miranda McPherson, and I hope that track will come out soon so everyone can access it.
It's going to be available before Christmas. So, yeah,
Before
I'm excited.
Christmas.
Yeah, sign up for Wisdom of the World, and you'll find out about it. Wisdomoftheworld.com. Thank you. Love you.
Love you. Well, today is really a celebration on so many levels. You completed the first week. A lot of you who are doing the Miracle Experiment experience. And within your pod, I've seen so much activity, and I've heard so many miracles, beautiful miracles already happening. I want to start by going to our co-hosts. I don't know, Danny, if you're in a position that you can turn on your video, and maybe Cornelia, you can invite her to turn on her video and turn on her microphone. But each week we'll feature a different kid. We actually got a message from some of the kids that weren't able to join this call. Like we got, for instance, Charlie and Blakely. They were sick. Or I think Blakely had a stomach ache and was sick most of the week. And her mom was saying it was so beautiful because they were still so excited every morning to say what they wanted and what they're grateful for. Even in the middle of being sick, they were practicing what are they grateful for? And they said at the beginning of the week, they started by saying, I want ice cream today or something like that. And then towards the end of the week, they're like, I want to dance, or I want to make a new friend. I can't remember all the things, but Danny, are you there? Let's see if we can have you share.
Yeah, I am.
Yes. Good. Can you turn on your video by any chance? Are you in a place where you can turn your video on?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't know if Cornelia can invite you to. Maybe that'll make it a little easier. Oh, there we go. Yes, Danny. Fantastic to see you. How was your week? What happened this week as you were doing those principles? I saw that you were feeding animals. I remember your mom sent some pictures of that.
Kind of hard to think of one.
Okay. How was it when let's go through the 3 principles. So at the beginning of the day, you're saying, what do you want? Was it easy to remember to do that? Did you have some days where you were able to write down what you wanted from the day or tell your mom about it?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah. What was an example of something you wanted one day?
I wanted more. I wanted it to get to sleep better.
Oh, beautiful. You wanted to sleep better. Good. You know, I actually saw so many beautiful things happening in your pods where a lot of you are sharing what you want. And just to start with that process, actually real quick, it's here. I just want to acknowledge Ilaria. Yay!
Hi.
Ilaria is the one who, with the whole team, we're the ones that published the book in Italian. This is Danny right now.
Wow. Hi, Danny.
Danny's one of the co-leaders of the Miracle Experiment game now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Anything you would say? I'm asking Danny what she said she wanted each day. So every day I'm writing down what I want and I send it to my friend Nico, and Nico writes it and sends it to me. And any miracles that you saw this week or things that you saw at the clinics or?
Yes, I received a donation, an unexpected donation by a woman which I met in the church yesterday. And she gave me some donation for the trip in March.
Yeah.
To go to the children of the Tornarum. And I'm so happy because I was like shocked by her because she gave me this money without saying nothing. And this is for you, only this. And I was like, wow, it's a miracle.
Yeah, this is a really beautiful financial miracle. With her heart, she worked so hard for a year translating this, wanted to come to Nepal, but didn't have enough resources. So I know a lot of you want to join the 3-year practitioner course or different things, but you're like, I don't have the resources to find the secrets to serving, to expressing gratitude. And then out of nowhere, unexpectedly, in a big fat envelope, was giving a pretty large sum of money to support her on the trip to Nepal. So let's give lots of love to Ilaria.
Thank you.
It was such a cool miracle. It was so beautiful. Danny has also been raising money for the orphan kids.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I hope, Danny, you can come with us too. Danny, I asked her last time what inspired her to want to help the orphan kids. But I want to hear, Danny, anything at the end of the day were you able to write down things you're grateful for? Or talk about it with your mom or dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's some of the things you were grateful for?
I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my home. I'm grateful for all my animals that I have.
Yeah. Beautiful. And as you were remembering what you're grateful for each day, and do you remember what Atiti Devo Baba, what that means? Atiti Devo Baba, you remember what that phrase means?
Mm-mm.
No. So, and that's okay. So it means to treat the unexpected guest as if God himself or herself has come to visit you. And so this week and the whole miracle game, if something unexpected happens, maybe it's a friend that comes over, maybe it's a brother or sister that comes and does something normally would annoy you, or maybe it's one of your animals, like going out of your way to feed animals, but it's treating those unexpected guests as if it's the divine coming to visit you. And so I want you to do this experiment this week, Danny, where on the journal, and you may or not have been able to print it out, but I'll send it to your mom again. But just each week, notice those things that you're grateful for every day. And also notice the things that you want, like clear on your intention, something that you want. And then what kind of miracles come? Now, in this last week, did you see anything that you noticed or recognized as a miracle?
No, not really.
Not really. Beautiful. Great. So Danny, I'm excited because now the miracle game is really starting. And I know a lot of people actually. So everyone on this call, who feels like they gave 100% this last week for the miracle game? You can raise your hand. I just want to see if you feel like you gave 100%. Every day you wrote what you wanted. Oh, cool. Anja, fantastic. Anna, Rajani, Gidra, super. Stephanie, Mariam, awesome.
Hi, Mariam.
Susan, awesome, fantastic. Oh, good. I love seeing the hands up. Suzanne, awesome. And I didn't see all of the hands because I wasn't able to go fast enough. But a lot of us, we didn't give 100%. Like life got busy. You know, we got so carried away with stuff, or so many things happened. Oh, Judy Lamar, awesome. So like with Danny, she's going to recommit to this thing. Like we want to see what's possible. So Danny, this week, will you do even better than this last week at making sure every night you think about things you're grateful for? Every day you feed animals and you treat unexpected guests like it's some divine. You want to do that this week? Okay, she's nodding her head. Awesome. Danny, I love you and I'm with you.
I love you and I'm with you.
Yeah,
Love you,
beautiful.
Danny.
All right, so now I want to turn the time over to Jayna and Cornelia, because my connection may not be so good. I want you to tease out what are some of the other experiences that people have had this week. I don't know, Nick, if you're willing to share, but I loved getting your message. So I don't know if that's a good place to start, but I want everyone to be thinking about, okay, we started into this experiment game. Things have started picking up. And as you've been hearing people in your pod speaking, maybe it's helped you recommit to, okay, maybe there's something really to this. So this week, I just wanted to celebrate the things that have happened and then also recommit to more than ever following these principles. Let's go people time at the end. I'm going to share some miracle that I cannot believe. So are you in a position to share?
You're breaking up a lot, Clint, just so you know.
Okay, I'll turn it over to Jayna and Cornelia, but I want to see if maybe Nick is able to share. I see Esther has her hand raised. Maybe she wants to share.
Yeah. Nick, are you available to talk? Would love to hear from you. Esther, why don't you go ahead and go first, and then if Nick is available, we'll go ahead and hear from him after. Esther, go ahead.
This
Francis.
one, me?
Yes,
Okay.
Esther Francis.
I was just raising my hand in response to the question, but I'm always glad to share. And what I find is that every day the miracles deepen. And I'm with the English poets Wordsworth and Blake, and that sense of, I have a vase of marigolds here, and just the deepening of the appreciation of the miracles of I had a lot of reunion this week with people that I love that I hadn't seen for a while, and appreciating every moment as being so precious and sacred. It's being in what I found is being part of this community has quantum leaped me in the depth and the heights of my life, even through challenges like when I had COVID. The connection with this community gave me strength and immunity. And I'm just so thankful for So even if you're already a person who has a lot of miracles, or a person who hasn't maybe experienced life as being that miraculous, and it just being very maybe disappointing as it can be sometimes, or, you know, not having the color, if you give that 100% that Dr. Clint is talking about, and as you nudge toward that, I would be amazed if you didn't find transformation happening and tap into a wellspring of joy. That's it.
Well, I have to just say, if anybody is given 100%, it is you, Esther. You know, the messages that you send every day are so full of joy and so full of peace and love, and your connections, your spontaneous miracles that happen, you know, finding concerts and friends and people that you haven't seen in a long time. It's just so miraculous to be able to hear those little words. But it's so interesting how, and I think Danny really pulled this out, those miracles happen. We set our intention and then we forget about it. And so that's one of the reasons why it's so important to be able to put in the chat your intention. What do I want? You know, what am I grateful for? And when you have the miracle, to be able to put it in, because it's gone and we forget about it. We move on to the next thing. So, oh, Esther, thank you so much for sharing all of your beautiful words.
Well, right back at you, because you definitely inspire me in all those ways. And, you know, what you're saying is really, really important, because that intention, it's like shooting an arrow. You know, you don't just, if you want to have a target, you don't just randomly stick it out. You just go to that target with the intention, but then you don't just keep your eyes on the target. You have to let go and create the openness and that sense of trust, and including all the unexpected and making friends with the unknown. I found that to be such a huge key.
So, yeah, can I?
That is beautiful. So I'd love to hear from Bimala next, but
I'll call you back. Okay.
she's on the phone, but you're right, making friends with the unknown, because that's exactly where the magic and the miracles happen. It's beautiful. Thank you so much, Esther. Bimala, would love to hear from you.
Well, thank you. I haven't spoken before, but one of my students who's also on in this call said you must speak up. So to hear I am one is absolutely perfect, because it's my life. And my life is the letters of the alphabet. And we all have one. We all have a name. Our name starts with a letter, and every letter has a particular day of the month. And that's my life. I have many books out, but I hadn't spoken before because it didn't feel relevant. But when you write attentively. I don't mean print, I mean write, because every letter has a spiritual essence to it. And the whole alphabet is a spiritual path. And just as I said, that's why I've written my books. But the one that is doing the best has been out for 19 years. It's a bestseller. It's called Your Handwriting Can Change Your Life. It's very, very basic. I don't sell it on my website, but you can find it anywhere. But it's just, if really you want attitudes to be with the sense we are one, and we are, that's what the alphabet's about. There's one alphabet, and it's many letters, but we are one. And each one of us has a different attitude, a different letter begins our name. And what does that letter mean? So it's just fun to be on this call, because one of my students said, speak up about the letters. I said, I won't do, it's not relevant. And she said, it's relevant. So she's on here somewhere. Ronnie, I can't see her picture, but I know she's here. But just being who we are at the most heart-based level, that's what it's all about. And I look at Gary, the G, I write a line of letter G's every morning, because the G says, I embrace everyone and everything in my life as a gift. And that's the G. I mean, every letter has a spiritual essence to it. And and that's what I live every day. I live the letter. The day is the 24th. I teach as the letter C, as in chocolate, but it's about honoring the feminine aspect of God. Today I give up the need to understand. I trust the feminine aspect of God. It's living with this. And then, I mean, every letter has one, and the G is the masculine aspect. I mean, the alphabet is a sacred technology. And when you write it in a certain way, and it took me 35 years to create it, but I created my own alphabet, the Vimala alphabet, and every single stroke represents the soul energy. And as I tell all my students, do not believe anything I tell you about the letters, because belief doesn't Doesn't go very far. Pick up your pen and do it for 40 days and find out. Then experience is where truth lives. And there's only
Vimala,
Yes.
this is Ronnie.
Oh,
This
there
is
you
Ronnie.
go.
Share with Dr. Clint what the C is.
Oh, the C of the C. I did the C, but the CL. The CL that's the ligature, and it's the 28th letter, and it's I invest my entire life spreading the presence of God, and that's what you do. I mean,
Yeah.
6 ligatures and 26 letters, and they're all. And I look at Esther over there waving and going, oh, because the E is a letter of tolerance, and the inner voice of the E is, I give up the need to understand. Please explain your point more clearly. So when you don't agree with somebody, just write a letter and say, I don't really understand could you tell me more how you're thinking? Because instead of being right, and or look around the world politically or family wise, someone always wants to be right, and it makes somebody right.
So beautiful, Vimala. It's so beautiful. Thank you, Ronnie, for prompting that. And in fact, I just feel inspired from what you shared to share one little miracle here. We have only about maybe 10 minutes more on the main call with everyone before we go into breakout rooms. So you'll have more chance to share there. But I got to share this. This is like off the charts amazing. So we talked about when I first got to Italy and the moments in which it was really difficult. So emotional, because last time I was here was 2 years ago, almost these exact same days with Dr. Naram, and a lot of that grief came and going to the same places and just missing him, and then I started thinking, okay, what do I want? And in the morning I'd write down what I want, and then I noticed, okay, Aditi Devo Bhava. And I remembered a lot of things, a lot of secrets, even that he taught me while I was here in Rome. And I remember last time we were in Italy, someone had given him a letter where he had been invited. There was an invitation to go to the Vatican to meet the Pope. And he wasn't able to at that time, so he wanted to do it in the future. Now, he wasn't able to because he left his body, but I got invited to this beautiful session in the Vatican, actually. I got invited by a princess of one of the nearby countries, and she invited me to come, and there's a whole group that went, and we went in this back door, and there was some presentations that were really beautiful about people wanting to make a difference in the planet. I got to share a little bit, but then I actually have brought the book in Italian. Now, the Pope wasn't there in the session, but I talked to someone who was there and I said, is there any way that I can get this book to the Pope? And she brought me right over to someone who was going to have a meeting with the Pope in 1 week. And this beautiful priest, actually, I'll just show you. I don't know if you can see on the screen here, but this is my friend Nico. That was one of the ones that originally invited me. We wrote this beautiful message to the Pope. Sua Santa, questo libro parla de amor. It says, dear Holiness, this book is about love. And then basically it says the journey of love in this book will help remind you and everyone to always let love guide you. And then when I gave it to this beautiful man, this father, he noticed that my handwriting of my email address wasn't very good. And so he says, no, you're going to have to make your email address more clear because he will want to respond. You'll get a message from a secretary. Even when I showed it to another one of the fathers, another one of the priests, he said, oh, and he read the title of the book. He says, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, a Western skeptic, an Eastern master in life's greatest secrets. And this father, Philip, his name was, he's like, oh, Pope Francis loves reading books like this. I'm sure he's very much going to enjoy it. And I walked away with this feeling of awe. Actually, when I wrote down what I wanted that day was I wanted to experience everything with the awe and wonder of a child. And in that moment, all the different moments led me to that point of getting the book to the right person. He says it'll take a week or two, but I just wanted in the miracle experiment experience, maybe we can all put our love into that so that hopefully, and it's so beautiful, but that the Italian version actually that was worked on so hard that we're launching today in this space, it even gets to the hands of the Pope. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, exciting miracle. So I just wanted to share that one with you. I don't know if Nick is still on the call. Oh yeah, perfect. Nick sent me one, and I know there's only about 10 minutes left, and I'm so excited to make sure there's proper time for you to be in your breakout rooms. But Nick, do you feel comfortable sharing a little bit about the miracle you've already seen in this week?
Yeah, I think to start with, I was really struggling with figuring out what I want, and really struggling with that. And over the course of the last couple of days, I started to received some answers to some questions that I've had, some concerns that I've had, and I realized that that was the answer to what I wanted. And I had given up on thinking that I could want to have those answers and to have that direction in life. And after receiving these answers that started coming up, I went to a family event yesterday, and on the way home, I had a cousin give me a ride home, and his wife, who I'd only briefly met once. And we had this miracle of being delayed in our trip. And so it gave us some time for me to sort of ask them about, you know, what's been going on with them. And they opened up and just started sharing about some of the deepest challenges that they've had over the last 8 years. And hearing that and just having them open up so honestly allowed me to sort of share what was going on with me and sort of give them some, let me express my thoughts on these new insights that I've been gaining. And it was so powerful. It was really, really powerful. It reminded me of the soundtrack that we had that we've been listening to that Dr. Naram made, and Gary composed the accompanying music to, where he says, you know, you don't, you know, your problems will become special opportunities, and you'll have the power to deal with this. And I was thinking, man, I want some of these problems that happen to become special opportunities. And then I realized that, you know, this delay that we had was a miracle. It was this challenge or problem that became the special opportunity for me to have some time with some people, to, you know, really connect with them and share with each other in such a deep way. And even previous to that, I met another person I've never met before, my cousin's husband, a different cousin's husband, and we got a flat tire. And he was like, I've never changed a flat tire, as we were halfway through, and I was sort of letting him change the flat tire because my back was hurting, and he's younger than me, and I was sort of just there helping him along. And then he's like, I've never changed a flat tire before. And I was like, well, that's good. It gave me an opportunity to sort of, you know, help you learn this skill, and now you know you can do it. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that hard, but this challenge became a special opportunity. And so, you know, that's just a small part of the miracles that I've seen, and I'm grateful for that Atiti Devabawa kind of a mentality, that when challenges arise, when things come up that seem hard or that you're unable to do it, sometimes it leads to blessings, and it leads to you being able to do that thing, and then to realize that you have that strength and is really incredible.
That is so cool, so powerful. What a good example of a flat tire, which is definitely an unexpected visitor in your life, then turned into this beautiful conversation and connection moment, and also the longer route. And I love what, and I see, first of all, Cornelia, thank you for getting everything set up for the breakout room, which will start really, really shortly. But who else has noticed from listening to that track of Dr. Naram, like every day, something cool has been happening? Anyone, raise your hand if you've noticed something powerful happening as a result of that. I see some people raising their hand. I know for me, it's actually been helping me a lot, some of the things. Anyone else want to share along the lines of something that's been happening in your life as a result of listening to the track or following any of the principles, something you feel inspired that you would share that could benefit the whole group? I know everyone's going to get a chance to share in the breakout rooms here in a few minutes, but anyone else want to share?
Garret has raised his hand.
Garret is on. Fantastic. Yes. Let's see, Garret, can you unmute yourself? Oh, there we are.
Hey, Dr. Clint.
My co-host. There he is.
How are you?
Good. What's been happening this week as you've been playing the game, the Miracle Experiment game?
Well, I seen that yesterday me and my friend and his family were doing a garage sale, and we sold a lot. And I felt like that was a thing that helped us is doing what we're doing in the call.
That's so cool. How did you feel it helped? Just by, it was like a mystical thing, or it changed something inside of you? You felt more confident, more capable?
Well, I think it felt more confident because I had garage sales before, and like I sold maybe half what I sold there. So it's just amazing that I was able to sell as much as, and we're on the same street basically.
Oh, that is so cool. That is really fun. How has it been? Have you been able to listen to the track from Dr. Naram? Have you been able to do that part of it?
Not very much, but yes, I have listened to it.
Okay, good. I really think, Garret, something magical could happen for you, especially your capacity and who you are. If you listen to it every day for like at least for a week this week, it's nice to do it for the whole month, the 30 days. But I'm really curious. And then in addition to listening to that track, discovering what you want from the day and then expressing gratitude. Is there anything that you noticed as you've been expressing more gratitude, like thinking of 3 things you're grateful for each night? Has it changed your experience of the day or experience of the evening at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, in what way would you say, or what have you noticed so far?
Well, animals are coming a little bit more towards me. Like my
Yeah.
dog and my chickens listening to me a little bit more than they did.
Oh, that is awesome. That's really beautiful. I think a lot of people are going to have some mystical experiences with animals during this game. Well, I know a lot of people are going to have things that you want to share, and you want to share in your groups. So I want to just say to the miracle mentors, to really make sure everyone gets a chance to share, and everyone gets a chance to share. And I want to encourage everyone. You can honestly share like Danny if you didn't see anything, or if you forgot to do things, or if you didn't do it as well as you want to, and you want to recommit to do it even better this week. But I think as you hear the stories of people who've been doing it and they sharing miracles, you'll start to, your mind will start to open up to the miracles that are already happening all around you. And you'll start to become a magnet for even more miracles coming into your life. And I know this week there's even more stuff that I haven't shared on this call. I know Gary maybe wants me to share, but I will share at some future date. But there's some miracles on a scale where, like, yesterday was probably one of the best days of my life ever. One of the most remarkable, amazing days of my life. And so I'll share that at some point with you, but I want to make sure that everyone else has a chance to share. Cornelia, how close are we to being able to go into the breakout rooms?
Hey, Clint.
Hey, Clint. How are you?
Oh my goodness, it's fantastic.
So good to see you.
Look who we have there. Wow.
We're in upstate New York.
Right on the lake with, of course, Hank.
You're
Hank.
Somewhere beautiful. And Hank, yes.
We had a blast
Amazing.
with you in LA. Emil said he really enjoyed being with you as well.
Yeah, that was really fun, John. For those that don't know, John Osborne, he's just such a powerful teacher of meditation, one of Dr. Ram's dear friends, and he's also a magnet for miracles.
Yeah, absolutely. The miracle of having you in LA. I'm only sorry that it was only one day that I could see you, but come back again soon, will you?
Yeah, I will definitely. Anything
LA
that any
can use your
inspiration
skills and Dr. Naram's magic for sure.
Yeah. I've been feeling at that moment when I was with you originally in Syracuse and also in LA, I felt him so near. I really felt him so near. And here in Rome, it's the first time being here since last time I was here was with him. And so it brought back a lot of emotions at first, but then all these kind of magical, mystical things started happening, and I can't wait to share with you more. But if you're going to give one message to people, all the people on this call around the world about how to align yourself so that way more of these beautiful experiences happen, these miracles happen in their lives, anything that you would share?
I would say
hang out with people like me. Right?
Avail yourself of the wisdom of Ayurveda so that you can show up more fully in the world. That Ayurveda used properly will connect you to the deepest part of yourself. And so take really good care of yourself so that you can radiate that peace and that joy and that compassion that the world needs so desperately. And a great way to do it is to be in one of your seminars, Clint. If I wasn't moving my boats off the lake today, I would be sitting in and listening. But we have work to do before winter sets in here. And enjoy your time in Rome. And anybody that's on this call, I hope you consider yourself lucky to be benefiting from this wisdom, because it's unique in the world. Thank you so much, Clint. It's good to be with you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Dr. Stephen. Enjoy the beautiful day. So we are about to go into breakout. We're about to go into the breakout rooms now, where you're going to have a chance to share with your pod members and also your mentors a little bit more about what's been happening this week. And the best way that I've seen to have it is if you're really honest. You're honest with yourself. You're honest with this beautiful miracle pod. You really look at, okay, what has been happening? And you open your heart. And being part of the Miracle Experiment experience doesn't mean that everything is going to be great during the month. In fact, sometimes it brings up things that are difficult. And that's the Aditi Devo Bhava. That's the unexpected guest. For me, I wasn't expecting to be hit by so much emotion earlier this week. And I was thank you. So many people sent so many messages of love and of support, and it was really powerful. But there was, Dr. Ram says, whatever is your challenge, your obstacle, your heartache has within its seeds of equal or greater benefit. In fact, on this call, Poppy, right when she watched my Facebook Live or the video that I posted, she sent me a message that was really poignant. She says, Dr. Ram had just come through to her and just basically said, this is the time to process the grieving. And also said, Dr. Ram has a message for you, Dr. Clint. You need to discover, what do you want? And so she turned it back on me. And then I was like, oh, that is so true. I'm not focused on what I want in this moment. I'm focused on what I don't want. And I'm focused on the sadness of missing, my teacher in the physical presence, definitely he's here in so many other dimensions, and all the are manifestation of that. But I just want to say that was really helpful to have a group like this where we support each other, where we love each other. So I want to say that in this miracle pod, take a chance, have some courage, be vulnerable, share from your heart, and you're in the presence of love. Now, your miracle mentors and the other people in your pod, they're not there to solve health problems. Have a health challenge or particular health condition, we'll give you the link and you can book one of the consultations with one of the Ayushakti Vaidyas. But in this space, it's a place where you can speak anything and be heard. And in the presence of speaking your truth, you may find solutions to your own situations. You may find miracles you didn't even see the moment. And I believe in this next 45 minutes, some of the most amazing experience for some people was so beautiful. One of the women, actually, I don't know if she's on this call, but a powerful singer from Toronto. She's so well known and so accomplished, and also teaches dance. She said the miracle happened for her on the first call when she heard Bailey speaking. And I don't know if you remember that magic moment with Bailey, but Bailey was just basically sharing that, yeah, one of her friends that she has recently stopped being friends with, she realized she doesn't love herself. And even though they'd stopped being friends, she was really hoping for that for her friend and loving her in that space. And the way that Bailey spoke, so wise and so much from her heart, this beautiful singer from Toronto, she says that she realized she had that same situation. Yes. In her own close community. Someone had done something that was hurting her. And she realized, oh, it's about this person not loving themselves. And in that magic moment with Bailey, she says, I got my miracle. The healing happened, and now I can respond instead of react. I can approach this situation with more presence and more love. So in this space of this 45 minutes, I want you to really have your heart open for the possible miracles that will come. And also, who knows, maybe something that you share will be the miracle for someone else. So Jayna, anything you want to say before we break into
I was just going to say she is on the call. I would love to have her say hello.
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
I was there. Yeah. And,
can you share what happened for you? I'm so happy that you're on the call.
And I did apply that, and it worked. We sort of resolved it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Bailey.
Oh, that is so awesome. Can you share a little bit, like in 1 minute, what this challenge was and how that miracle happened from what Bailey said?
That just one little sentence that she needs to love herself. And as a caller today also said, that you have to align yourself and to know who you are, love yourself, and then give that out. So, so Beatty definitely said that she doesn't love herself. If she doesn't love herself, how can she love me and understand me? So that was the principle, I thought. And it really worked. I had a executive meeting and we dealt with it with so much of love. Thank you. It was just
that is so cool to hear.
beautiful, beautiful.
I really feel Dr. Naram smiling on you, on Bailey, on all of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I want to say I'm so excited for you now all to go into this experience. Who knows in this 45 minutes you have with your pod, what things you'll hear, what things you'll speak, maybe even what things you hear yourself speaking that surprise you. And I create that miracle for you. So I love you. I'm with you. And Jayna or Cornelia, anything you want to share before we go into the breakout?
You know what? It looks like Noelle has her hand up. Noelle, do you have something you'd like to share with us really quickly?
Do you know what? I have had so many different experiences. I couldn't begin to speak them, but I just want to say thank you for this call. But I need to leave shortly because Saima has a global address, and that's at 5 p.m. in my time, which is like 7 minutes now. So I just wanted to, I'm just glad I kind of popped in to say hello and just to tell everybody.
Can you share one thing that happened this week? One thing you would consider a beautiful experience or a miracle that happened for you?
I suppose before I would have been very busy in my head. My mind would have been very busy, but I do notice a less busyness in my mind. I've just become more centered and calm. I'm doing other things, but at the same time, not reactive, not so reactive. I would have been quite reactive to different things, but now I'm kind of looking at I have a lot of teenagers in the house, and I would have been quite reactive to them. And now I'm kind of, just even it's like automatically happening now that I'm not reacting and I'm kind of catching myself, and I'm just in more tenderness. Tenderness was something I was activating in myself. So because I would have been quite busy and I would have been very kind of.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
So yeah, tenderness is something I'm really activate. I had to really work very hard on, actually. So thank you. Thank you. So I just go to leave and say hello. Sorry.
Yeah, that's something also I've been working on. Anyone else been working on being more tender with yourself, or something that you would like to even have more tenderness towards yourself? That would be a cool miracle if you felt more tenderness towards yourself. I think a lot of us feel that same way. So I'm glad you brought that into the space, Noelle. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Jayna and Cornelia.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we are actually ready to go into the breakout rooms. We have quite a few people here that obviously haven't signed up for the Miracle Experiment experience. So that means that I can assign you to different breakout rooms, and where you're just among yourself and you can still talk about miracles or whatever happened in your life. So if you just bear with me, I sent everyone that is already assigned into the breakout rooms. And for all the mentors, please remember, start the recording when you get in there. So I open that.